we're taught that confidence is just going to come easily if we just act like we're okay and we act like we got it together, but it doesn't work like that. Most women are waiting to feel confident before they actually act. And action will create the confidence that you need. It's not the other way around. In James 2:17, it says, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Faith requires the movement, and so does the confidence. If you're tired of living in survival mode and questioning your worth and faith after divorce and want simple steps to heal, drop that shame and guilt, and rebuild your confidence, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Lori Ann, certified Christian life coach and midlife divorce mom of 2. I learned the secret of how to heal after divorce and rebuild my life through faith-based strategies that changed everything. And if you're ready to remember who you truly are, rediscover your purpose in midlife, love well again, and care for your body and soul, welcome to the club. You're in the right room. Hey girl, and welcome back to the Midlife Comeback Club. I'm so glad you're here every week listening. I drop new episodes on Mondays and Thursdays now, so definitely check both out every week. I'm so thankful to have you here. Today, we are going to talk about confidence for a second, because if one more person tells you to just be confident, fake it till you make it, girl, or just believe in yourself, right? You might actually throw the phone across the room. I know I felt like that. Like, okay, perfect. Let me just wake up tomorrow and feel magically confident again after going through divorce and after your entire life just got flipped upside down. If that's you, you are definitely in the right place here. And if you're ready to really rebuild your confidence after divorce and not fake it, that's exactly why I created the Midlife Comeback Club group annual coaching membership that I have for women just like you. We have weekly live Q&A calls every week where you can bring your questions to me, your certified Christian life coach. There is also my free program inside the annual membership that you get absolutely free. It's my 90-day transformational program that has launched so many women's divine comeback so quickly. And the stories are incredible that you will hear from these women who have walked through it and now are out on the other side. And I want the same thing for you. I'm so passionate about changing women's lives for the better because I've been where you are, and I want you to see the incredible life that God has waiting for you. And the most amazing part, I think, about the whole community is that you have this group of women who have gone through exactly what you're going through, at least the same season of divorce, right? And they get it. They understand all of your emotions and all of the feelings you're going through and all the things you want to do now with this new life you've created. And it's just really great to have that support, not only from me, but from all the other women in the group. So definitely check it out. I'm going to leave the link in the show notes for you. Okay. So let's get into this topic of confidence, right? Here's the problem, I think. After divorce, confidence doesn't just come back right away. I know it didn't for me, because it's really not just about, we think about the women things, right? Like it's how you look or how much you weigh or, what you say or how you show up in the world. It's really about trust. And when your life shifts that drastically, you stop trusting. You stop trusting your decisions. You stop trusting your instincts, what you think your gut is telling you when the Holy Spirit's talking to you. You stop trusting what you think God might be speaking into your life, like wondering, is that really God, or am I thinking that just because I want to think that, right? We've all had those moments. And you just stop trusting yourself in general. So when someone just says, oh, just be confident, you're kind of sitting there like, based on what exactly? Because it's just a normal reaction not to have that much confidence once you've walked through something like divorce. Women can have different feelings, but you can have feelings of, I wasn't chosen. He left me. I must not be good enough. Where did I go wrong? Why didn't my marriage stay together? All of these questions in your head. And I remember there was one night so clearly that I remember. I was getting ready to go out, right? Nothing fancy, just something simple. I honestly just wanted to take my kids, who were super little at the time, to a restaurant. Nothing fancy, just some casual restaurant, just to get out of the house, because I was sick of living in my leggings and my t-shirt with my hair up in a messy bun. It had been a long time since I had let my hair down, so to speak, and put on maybe a pair of regular pants and a blouse or something that would, make me feel like I was a little bit more dressed up than normal. Get me out of, my flip-flops or my sneakers for a bit. And I went into my closet and I was standing there and I'm trying on like outfit after outfit after outfit, like clothes I hadn't touched in, a few years, at least when my kids were babies and really little. I didn't get out that much other than to go to work. And I had certain outfits I just wear for work. And I didn't really remember even how I dressed, when it was just a normal night to go somewhere. And nothing felt right. I just kept trying on these things and nothing fit the way it used to. I was like, I've gained a little weight here. That doesn't fit anymore. And I was like, this is probably, I don't know, is this out of style? There could be, not too sure. Haven't really kept up on what's trending right now. Because the last time I think I went out, bell bottoms maybe were still a little in, or the flare jeans, right? And then it kind of moved into the skinny jean phase, which I didn't really own a pair of those. But I always liked my little flare jeans. So I thought, well, that's probably what I should wear. But then I questioned, well, I'm probably going to look like an idiot if this is not in anymore. I don't even know what's in. And, I just kept questioning everything. Like, this doesn't look like me and this doesn't feel like me. Or who am I now? I have no earthly idea. And I remember looking in my mirror thinking, when did I lose myself like this? This used to be a simple process. I pick out an outfit, look fairly good, threw it on, and felt fairly decent about myself, pretty confident, right? Because I started to realize this is not just about the clothes. It was so much deeper than that. I wasn't trusting my choices anymore. I didn't know how to make a choice, make a decision, and go with it. So not even something as simple as like what to wear or how I was going to show up or what felt good on me. Like nothing seemed to work and nothing seemed to fit in all different ways. And everything felt like a big question. And it just felt uncertain. And I kept thinking, I just need to feel more confident. Like, Lorianne, what is wrong with you? Just get yourself together and feel confident again. But here's what I realized later. I wasn't really lacking confidence. I had just lost that true connection with myself and who I was. And instead of trying to sit back and take a moment and think about who I am now and start working on rebuilding that, I just said, well, heck, I'm just going to fake it, right? Fake it till you make it, go out there and smile. And even though you feel like the clothes don't fit, act like they do. And even though you're not sure if they're in or not, I'm just going to act like they are. And I'm going to say all the right things. And I'm going to act like I have it all together, right? But inside, I felt like a completely different person. And I was. And it was so exhausting because fake confidence, it doesn't last. And it doesn't feel good when you go to lay your head on the pillow at night. And it doesn't actually move you forward. So I want to talk about today 5 really powerful points that I want to make about confidence, because I find self-confidence is something women that I work with struggle with all the time. They might act like they're confident, or they just admit they don't have any at all. But number 1, confidence isn't something you feel first. It's really something that you have to build. We're taught that confidence is just going to come easily if we just act like we're okay and we act like we got it together. But it doesn't work like that. Most women are waiting to feel confident before they actually act. And action will create the confidence that you need. It's not the other way around. In James 2:17, it says, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Faith requires the movement, and so does the confidence. Number 2, fake it till you make it is exhausting. I know. I've been there. It's not the answer. And let's just be honest for a second, right? Faking confidence can just feel like you're performing or you're pretending that you're holding everything together when inside you're crumbling. And your body knows it's not real. It will give you signs, trust me. The stress of trying to act like everything is okay will eventually take a toll on your body and your soul, because your body knows it's not real. And that's why it doesn't stick. Because God never called you to perform your life. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to be real, to express how we're feeling, to be vulnerable, to help other people walk through a difficult season that you've walked through and maybe make it easier on them. We are here to share. We're here to love each other. We're here to care about other people. And He really wants you to be transformed by this experience, but not out there acting like you're just okay when you're not. Number 3, confidence is built by keeping those small promises to yourself. This was huge for me. This is really, the foundation of how I rebuilt who I was after my divorce. And this is exactly where it starts. It's not those big transformational leaps that you think you have to take and change everything about your life and move to a new country, get rid of your house and, change your job and all these things. No, it doesn't require that. If that's what you want to go do, definitely go for it. But I'm not talking about the huge life changes. I'm talking about those small little things that I said I'd do this and I did. Like a walk for 20 minutes. You told yourself the night before you're going to take a walk for 20 minutes in the afternoon just to reboot, get out in nature and re-energize yourself, right? Or you told yourself you're going to wake up half an hour earlier than you normally do tomorrow in the morning. Sounds great, right? The night before, but then the next morning, it doesn't feel so great to have to get up. But if you told yourself, I'm going to spend 10 minutes in my devotional and I'm going to do 10 minutes of journaling. So 20 minutes altogether before I even walk out of my bedroom, before the chaos of the day takes place with your kids or with life or your job or whatever it looks like. And you have that sacred time to look back on for the day when things do get chaotic later in the afternoon. You can think, well, at least I got a little time this morning to center myself, spend some time with God, and re-energize myself for the day and get my focus and my mind right. And that's how your trust is really rebuilt, just by taking those small little moments to do things that you said you were going to do. Number 4, you don't need to feel ready to move forward. You can be scared. It's okay. You can be totally unsure of what you're doing, because most of us women are during this season. You can be emotional. You can cry. You can express how you're feeling, but you can still take that step while those things are going on. And that's the key. And that's not lack of confidence because you're feeling those other things, being scared, not having the courage, being unsure, being emotional. That's okay if you have all that going on. That doesn't mean that you are lacking confidence, because that actually means that you have the courage to do those things anyway, even when you don't feel like it. In Joshua 1:9, it says, be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Notice it doesn't say, be confident and then go. No, it says go and God will be with you. Amen, right? Go and God will be with you. You can walk forward in faith and take that step, and God is going to be right there beside you. I have this visual a lot of times during the day where if I'm going through, especially a bad moment or something happens that I wasn't expecting, I kind of I just have that image in my mind of Jesus sitting right next to me, even when I'm completely alone or when things look really horrible around me. And I imagine him sitting there and looking at me and just saying, it's going to be okay. Whatever it is that I've had to deal with that day, whatever comes at me, I have that visual of him putting his hand on my shoulder and sitting right next to me. You should try it when you have those moments, because in those moments when you feel alone and you don't have the confidence, it's so important to remember that no matter what, he is right there with you. Number 5, God is rebuilding your identity. I think this is so important for women to get. He's rebuilding your identity, not just your confidence. And this is deeper than confidence. It's really about who you are now. You are not that same woman that you were before when you were married. You're not. You're different. You might not know it yet, or you might not know who she is yet, but you are different. And you will be changed. And you're going to be transformed through this entire experience of divorce. But you're going to be transformed to be more and more like Jesus, whether you can see that now or not. But that's what's happening in your transformation right now. Because you're not trying to get back to where you were before, even though some of you might continue to look back and question the past or revisit the past, revisit your marriage, what went wrong, what happened, what could we have done better, all those things that have happened, and now you're in a different place. But you're not meant to keep looking back, because God is trying to make you become somebody new now. And you have to allow him to do that. 2 Corinthians 5:17. If anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. You are not the same woman you were before. And that's not a bad thing. It can actually be a really good thing. The past has happened. We can't change it. And that's acceptance of what is, right? Not what we would like it to be. But this is the rebuilding that God is trying to do in your life. Remember, we are the clay, and he is going to mold us into his image and use us for good in this world. That's what he's trying to do. He's not going to leave you hanging, even now when it might feel like it. He's not going to leave you where you are. He is taking you so much further into a land that you could never possibly imagine, that's going to blow you away. It's going to be beyond your wildest expectations that you have right now, if you will just let him mold you, because he has so much waiting for you on the other side. Let's just, talk about Moses for a second. I always think about him in Exodus 4. God called him to lead. And what does Moses say to him? What did Moses say to God, right? He said, "Who am I? I'm not good enough, God. I stutter. I don't speak well. You got the wrong guy, right? Please send somebody else." He was begging. Does any of this sound familiar? That might be the way you're feeling right now. No, don't put me through this, Lord. I am not the one. I am not the chosen one you're looking for. You're thinking you're not good enough now. You're thinking that you have faults that can't be used. And you're begging God to deliver somebody else. But he's asking you. He's asking you to get up and do what he wants you to do. And that's not confidence, when we question that. That's really just doubt and insecurity, and it's fear. We've all been there. We're fearful of what he's asking us to do. And Moses felt the same way. But God didn't say, come back when you feel more confident. That's okay. I'll just wait for you, or I'll find somebody else. No, he said to Moses, I will be with you. I will be with you. And Moses went. The confidence didn't come first. The obedience he had did. We have to be obedient into what God is asking us to do. Because the confidence for Moses came as he walked it out and did what God called him to do. How beautiful is that? And we're still talking about Moses to this day, right? But remember, he felt like God picked the wrong guy. And I bet you're feeling that way too right now. Like you're not the right woman, that he shouldn't be asking you to do what he's asking you to do right now because you're just not ready or you don't feel confident that you can do it. You're fearful, all those emotions that you have. But he is asking you. And he is right there with you by your side right now. Even though you might not notice him, even though you might not think he's with you, and you might even think he's forgotten you. But God is always there. He's always right, and he's never late. You got to remember that. So if you've been sitting there thinking like, I don't feel confident enough to move forward, you don't have to. You just really need to be willing to take that next right step in courage. A little bit of courage is all you need. You don't need to fake it. You don't have to keep forcing it, right? You don't have to pretend that you've got all of this together. You just have to take that little step. And if you want help rebuilding your confidence in a way that's real around an amazing group of women who are rebuilding after divorce inside of my annual group coaching membership, the Midlife Comeback Club, I would love for you to join us. It's fabulous. We have weekly live Q&A calls every single week where you get to meet other women walking the same path as you during the same season, life after divorce. And it's faith-based with the strategies that I teach. And it's just this precious group of women who truly, truly care for each other and want the best for all of the women in the group. So it's definitely something that's near and dear to my heart, and I would love to help you in that way. So please join us there. The link is in the show notes, and I would love to have you come join us. We also have a free Facebook group. I would love for you to join us over there as well, where I teach all the faith-based strategies that I teach here on the podcast, and you also get to connect with other women there. We are building that. It's bit.ly/healing after midlife divorce. So definitely come join us over there. And girl, let me just leave you with this week. You don't rebuild confidence by pretending that you have it. You rebuild it by showing up every day, one step at a time. And you're already closer than you think. You might just not realize it yet. So, thank you so much for joining me. I love spending this time with you every single week, and I will see you in the next episode. Hey girl, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a woman who might really need it right now? Also, please leave me a quick review over on Apple Podcasts. It truly helps this show reach more women who are ready for their divine comeback. And until next time, keep choosing faith over fear, and I will meet you back here next week for another episode.